Next to the cafe. I like to use the cafe on the ship. I like to have some coffee with my Baileys. Let's put it that way. I like to have some coffee with my Baileys in the morning. So I can grab that there at the cafe and then grab like a small breakfast, like maybe a bowl of cereal. My son doesn't let me have cereal at home because he hates it. So I don't get to have cereal at home very often. So on the cruise ship, I'm probably going to grab a bowl of cereal. I'm just dreaming about it right now. It's coming up New Year's Eve. I'm going to have some cereal on New Year's Eve. It's going to be so good. So good. So I'll go there and grab a little bit of breakfast. Yep. Hi, I'm Jason Sterling, and today let's talk about food. Food on the Carnival Breeze during my celebration cruise journey. I'll say right off the bat, I think that food is one of the places that Carnival does really shine. Now, there'll obviously be some debate on this. Not everyone feels the same, but I do. There are a wide variety of options. There's an extreme spread of options on most Carnival ships for dining choices. And the food is actually quite good. I've never really had a problem with it. You know, I don't consider myself a food snob, but I'm also not the sort of person that just eats fast food all the time. So, I've had a lot of different types of food all over the world. And I do think that Carnival holds its own a lot of the time. Now, we're going to start with this. We'll break it down by meal times, and we're going to start with breakfast. Now, with breakfast, you basically have, I'd say 4 options, kind of 3.5 options. You have the Lido buffet, of course, as always for every meal. Lido buffet is open. They have a lot of breakfast selections. You're going to have eggs, bacon, pancakes, French toast, selection of pastries, cereals, fruit, etc., etc. You also have the main dining room. Main dining room is open for breakfast on port days, and it's open for brunch, which is not to be missed. The sea day brunch is excellent. Don't miss it. I almost never have lunch anymore on sea days because I always go to brunch. It's a different menu, has a lot of really great items on it. So sea day brunch is not to be missed, but that's your option too. You have the main dining room. The kind of half option is Ocean Plaza. Ocean Plaza, though, is really just a buffet, but a really, really small one, right? So maybe some scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage. I think they might sometimes have like French toast there. They're also going to have a wide variety of pastries and cereals and some fruit. So it's not really just continental. They do have those hot items as well. A lot of times when I eat breakfast, if I grab something small for breakfast, with brunch being my lunch, I will grab it at Ocean Plaza. It's right next to the cafe. I like to use the cafe on the ship. I like to have some coffee with my Baileys. Let's put it that way. I like to have some coffee with my Baileys in the morning. So I can grab that there at the cafe and then grab like a small breakfast, like maybe a bowl of cereal. My son doesn't let me have cereal at home because he hates it. So I don't get to have cereal at home very often. So on the cruise ship, I'm probably going to grab a bowl of cereal. I'm just dreaming about it right now. It's coming up New Year's Eve. I'm going to have some cereal on New Year's Eve. It's going to be so good. So good. So I'll go there and grab a little bit of breakfast. The other option for breakfast is room service. Room service is something I will sometimes occasionally do. Now with room service, basically you're going to have a continental breakfast is free. So coffee, juice, pastries, some fruit. That sort of stuff is free, and that's what I usually order. They also have a selection of breakfast sandwiches. And if I can find a menu from room service, I might put a copy of that here with the prices. They're roughly $5, as I recall, for those sandwiches. I was worried this is going to be like convenience store microwave sandwiches anyway, and I'm not big on breakfast sandwiches. I've never tried one. I don't really see the point of doing that, to be quite honest. It's not my big deal. But they are available. If you love those and if you like those, they are available. My son likes breakfast sandwiches sometimes, so some people do. I just haven't. I'll throw in right now, room service is available 24 hours a day. So all of our meals, room service is available. Room service has I'm going to call it the traditional menu of free items. So some cold sandwiches, some desserts. I think that's it. Maybe some chips, something like that, right? I haven't actually ordered room service aside from breakfast since 2004. And I'm not kidding. I just don't eat in my room that much. And if I was going to, I'd probably just go to Lido if I'm close to Lido or something like that and grab something and take it back. There's the room service menu is not that extensive and there's not a whole lot of stuff on there I like. They used to have a brie and roast beef sandwich. Oh God, that was so good, but I don't think they have that any longer. And the cookies used to be really good on room service menu. I don't think they have those any longer either. If they do, try each of them and see if it's still the same. I don't know. There is an upcharge, though, menu as well of, I guess, hotter options, maybe some hot sandwiches, as I recall. And after 10 p.m., there's a blanket service fee to bring it to your room. So keep that in mind. That's room service. That's also breakfast. That's where we stand with breakfast on Carnival Cruise Lines. I think those are really good options. Lido has a ton of options, and the Sea Day brunch is an excellent option. I'm so glad they've added that on ship. Now for lunch, there's so many options for lunch. Lunch is where you have the most options, and especially when it's a sea day, because some days on port days, not some, all port days, some of the lunch options are closed. And I'll try to hit all those as I talk about them, but you do have the most options on sea days for lunch, and it's excellent. There's only one upcharge option at lunch. Everything else I'm going to talk about is free. So let's get the upcharge option out of the way, and that's the Seafood Shack. Now, the Seafood Shack has been hit and miss for me, literally. I'm going to put two pictures here before, like hit and miss, okay? It was a lobster roll. I love lobster rolls. We don't have them very often in Oklahoma because we're landlocked, but I do love them. Now, one time you can see here, the first time I tried it, oh my God, it was excellent and it was so good and I was so thrilled and I was in love. The second time I tried it, I got that other thing there. I got basically some toast. I got some toast with, I don't know, can you see the lobster part in the bottom there, in the bottom of that valley, the toast valley? I was very disappointed. No, I didn't go back and complain. No, I didn't get my money back. I just laughed it off. I was with my son. We had a good laugh about it, but keep that in mind, and especially because that lobster roll costs $12.95 for the lobster roll and some fries. Now, to eat in the evening at Casino de Capitano for an entree and an appetizer and a dessert, all three, $15, $3 more, you get a full meal, and it's a massive meal. It's a huge meal. What should you choose? Probably Casino de Capitano, and especially because every time I've eaten there, it has been a good meal. I haven't been disappointed there yet. But Seafood Shack I have. Also, if you're on like the Vista class or greater, some other ships, GG Asian is the same way, $15. I think they went up in price now. It might be 18 now. Let's say 15. 15 is what I paid in the past, but be prepared for 18. But that's still appetizer, entree, and dessert, right? Or this lobster roll with some fries. Okay, so that's my take on the Seafood Shack. It's real hit and miss. Good luck. If you decide, and I've heard this with other things. People have ordered the fish and chips. Fish was frozen in the center. I've seen people walk away with like the combo platter and it looked like way over fried and again kind of sparse on the plate, right? Hit and miss. If you just feel like you have to do it, or if you see people walking away and their plates look good, jump on it. Otherwise, I'd skip it. Now, let's get into the free options because there are so many of those. We're going to start at the back of the ship, work our way forward. You have the pizza place, of course, Pizza Pirate. It used to be open 24 hours a day. They cut that to, now it's closed from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m., I think. I think that staffing problems, will they change it back when staffing problems equalize? Who knows? We'll see. Right now, it's probably 3 to 7. There's just not anybody really going there anyway. Probably. It's going to be my guess. But it's open the rest of the time, free of charge, great pizza. More like an Italian pizza, not as Italian as it used to be, which is too bad in my opinion, but more like an Italian pizza. A lot of people don't like it. They don't. It's not Pizza Hut. It's not Domino's. It's kind of a different style. I like it. I do. And a lot of people do like it. There's always a line, but it's worth waiting in line. You've also got Lido Buffet, of course, like always, moving along the ship. Lido has rotating menus, usually themed, sometimes international, themes. They've always got a great dessert buffet of cakes and cookies and jellos and puddings and fruit. Fruit's always on the dessert buffet as well. And oftentimes there's going to be like gelato. And if there's gelato, they'll have a selection of toppings, right? And if you don't want gelato for some reason because you are insane, you can go and grab the soft serve ice cream at Lido, which is always available. Put it in a bowl and still go and use those toppings if you want to make a sundae. So keep that in mind. But why would you not want gelato? I don't know. But if you don't, that you can do that as well. And sometimes you can go and like get soft serve and go to the regular kind of dessert buffet. Maybe grab some cookies off there to stick in it or crumble up on top of it, you know, like a little mix, right? That's always cool. You can throw some, I don't know. There's all sorts of stuff on the buffet, but the dessert buffet, but maybe you could throw some fruit in it. Yeah, I mean, if you like fruit, you can throw some fruit in it and stuff like that. Now, also part of the buffet but kind of separate is there's not usually, I think there always is, I think on all the ships, there is a Mongolian wok, exactly what it sounds like, sort of a stir-fry Asian place, very popular. There's always a wait because it's made to order. Maybe that's why it's popular. It is really fresh. It's made to order. It is definitely worth the wait. It's going to be a line. You're going to have a little bit of a wait. But you're on a cruise. You probably don't have anything else to do anyway, right? You left all that shit in your chair out there on the lounge, right? Your lounge is marked. So you've got time to get your food and get back to your seat. Also, there's a deli. The deli's really good. I haven't eaten at the deli in a long time, but it used to be really good. And again, there's always a line. Again, worth the wait because it is made to order. So it's not just sitting around, but those two are also part of Lido Buffet.